Well, right now, when you talk about cricket in Nigeria, it's really gaining momentum because Nigerian ladies will be playing for the first time in the history of cricket. They'll be going to Gaborone, Botswana to participate in the qualifiers. Who knows? Maybe they will be able to qualify for the World Cup. Good one there. Welcome you on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. I have with me Olawale Peters. Let's talk some sport.
Yeah, good evening, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to studio. In the morning show, I told you that I have more confidence in our ladies than the men.
Yes.
Some people feel like, are you trying to be... But look at the cricket again now. Look at the story on the cricket. For the first time, they are playing a qualifier, and we won't be surprised that they're going to make it and qualify also for the first time. They're really doing us proud. I think our concentration should go to them this time around. Not that we should neglect
the men or the boys.
The men or the boys or the big boys, whatever we call them, but we should give them also what is due to them in terms of recognition. In terms of that, it is very, very important. If you see most of these athletes outside, they just concluded Commonwealth Games. I'll continue to make reference to it. If you see some of the athletes outside, you won't even know them. You won't know that these are the people that have made Nigeria proud, that have won this for the country. That's the truth. So we need to give them the necessary recognition that they too deserve. If you see Victor Osimhen, outside everybody knows Victor Osimhen. If you see all our Super Eagles players, we know all of them. So they want to be recognized. They want people to come to them and say, please sign my biography.
I need autograph.
Please, I need autograph. Please snap with me. They need that also. That one alone, apart from the money, is motivation. It shows that people really, really, really appreciate what they are doing and they recognize their effort.
Good one there. We've been talking about Nigeria under 19 cricket team. The ladies are about to ready right now as they'll be going to Gaborone in Botswana to fight for honors in the qualifiers, African qualifiers for the World Cup cricket for the maiden edition, and the ladies have been choosing right now. Let's look at the list of those players that will be making Nigeria proud again. Looking at Miracle Imemole, that's the captain of the Nigeria under 19 women cricketers. You have Henrietta Umbam, Rejoice Hassan, Pekulia Agboya, Udelele, and Judith Anthony, Rukayat Abdurazak, and the standby players who actually join them. You have Shola Adekule and also Amarachi Noko. Those are the players that have been given the chance to represent Nigeria in Gaborone, Botswana. Hopefully, they'll be able to qualify, and they'll be they jetted out today to Gaborone, Botswana. While we move away from cricket, let's talk about another one. But this time around, the ladies are going to be in football. The Flamingos, they'll be going to the World Cup. They've qualified, and right now, the Coach Olowookere, invited the 5 Flamingos to camp for them to camp because the competition will be starting by October, and they need to be in camp starting from today. They'll be arriving, and they want to make sure the ladies are in proper shape before the competition starts.
A very good one. Nigerian national team, we've gone through a lot for the past few days in terms of not getting the desired results. I hope their participation at the World Cup coming up in October in India, right, will be a turning point, something for us to work to celebrate. In Africa, they have been the perennial winners. They've won the competition in Africa 5 times. But when it comes to the World Cup, the best result we got was quarterfinal. So that has been our best result. We've represented Africa 5 times. Then the last competition, that was in 2018, we did not qualify. But this time around, we are going. So I think we need to give them the necessary support. Like we've been canvassing, we need to really bring them together to work as a team. Individually, they have the skills. They have the skills. They have what it takes
to at least do that wonderful job.
To do the job, they have it. But individual skills doesn't win a competition. It's all about teamwork. So how can you get the teamwork? Is to bring them together. Most of them are coming for the first time. They are coming together for the first time. So there's need for them to have enough time in Nigeria to prepare, to blend, to understand themselves, to know that, if so person overlap, I'm to cover for that person. So that is very, very, very important for that, number one. Then number 2, earlier preparation in terms of them getting to India on time.
That's very key.
That one is very, 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 very key. For them to be there at least a week or 2 weeks before the competition. Let them go around. Let them acclimatize with the city, with the food, with the culture, with the people, with even the weather, because that plays a very, very, very vital role when it comes to a competition like this. So if you do that, then we give them our support. I'm very sure they will come back with glory. Not that we believe that, oh, they are good. Individually, they are good. But in terms of teamwork, are they good? When was the last time they played together as a team?
Maybe during the qualifier.
During the qualifier, which I think we played 6 matches, we won 5, and we won 5 out of the 6.
Yes.
Then from the people that played this qualifier, are they the same people that we invited to camp, or we are bringing in more foreign players? So definitely it's not all the people that play the qualifier that normally represent you when it comes to the competition. We have that everywhere. So that is why it is very, very important, very, very important for them to understand themselves right from here before they go for the competition. We shouldn't be expecting miracles to happen all the time. Other countries, they prepare for this. I mean, if you're talking about success, you have to prepare and work hard for it. So if you don't have these two, success can't come your way. You can't be in your house, be praying to God every day that you're looking for a job. You did not apply, you didn't go for an interview. So how do you want to get the job? So you have to have a very good CV, you have to have the skills, you have to apply, and you have to be going out. So that's what we are talking about this time around also. We need to prepare them for this competition, both at home and outside the country where they're having the competition. Then from there, we can now see what will happen. But like I do normally say, I'm their fans. I'm the fans of the ladies this time around. Take it or leave it. I'm very sure that they're going to make us proud. They will do the best for us. But we should also do what? Try as much as possible to support them.
Good one there. We've been talking about the Flamingos. Well, so far they've played well. They've won 5 matches out of 6 they play, and they qualify for the World Cup that will be taking place in India. Just to let you know, while he was mentioning that the players have been called, well, some of them have been invited. 35 players. Looking at the list of those 35 players being invited by Coach Olowookere, we just have to appreciate the fact that out of the 35, most of the players that played the qualifiers also made it. Let's look at the list there. Goalkeepers, about 5 of them now. Jessica Chikamso from Rivers Angels, Uchechi Onyechere, Harlan Queens, Comfort Erabo, UK-based, Linda Jiwaku, Conference Queens, Faith Omilan on Nigeria Tales of Abuja. Defenders, you have Miracle Sani, Abia Angels, Tuminino Additional, Nigeria Tells, Ineo Bangu Mana, Olamide Inlola, Confidence Unwora, Nasara Amazon, Nigeria Tells, Comfort Folorin Shaw, Mamuzo Edafe, Immaculate Efyong, Ekeze Onyedi Kachi, Blessed Sunday, Marilyn SN, Rivers Angel, Edo Queen, Heartland Queen, Abia Angels, all inclusive in that particular list. Now let's look at the midfielders and the strikers. Midfielders, Alima Alase, AFG Gothenburg of Sweden, Bisola Musaku, Kazim Eletu Queens, Blessing Manuel, Nigeria Tells, Taiwo Afolabi Delta Queens, Maria Adiremi, Bayosa Queen, Chidera Okenwa, who plays for Abia Angels. Forwards, Daniela Alali, LA Galaxy, USA, Tolulokwe Adubairo, that's Arsenal Women, England, Amarachi Ndudim, Abia Angels, Mary Loki, Heartland, Didion Metimi, Ijoma Weagba, Odinaka Odo, Opeyemi Ajakaye, Aminat Bello, Alvin Dazoso, who play for Ju Babes, Kafaya Bashiru, Yetunde Anyotosho, and Udeme Uko. Ibom Angels are the players, 35 of them. They will be fighting for honors in the camp, and then the final 23 or 25 will be listed later.
I'm very sure that we'll get the best 23 or 25 from this 35 that we have here. Even not because of the restriction on the number of players that you should take to a particular competition. I think all the 35 players that we have here, they deserve to be there. But we have to trim them down to pick the best out of the 35 that we have. And I'm very sure the coach also, he knows what is at stake. He's not going to put in sentiment when he's picking
the players,
as in when it's come to the last selection. It is based on performance, based on do you have what it takes to really represent Nigeria. That is what.
And if you notice something about the list, we have so many home-based players. Few foreign players just to match them up.
Well, I don't think that's something to celebrate about. Probably because they are under 17. That's
because the majority of them have not actually traveled to play outside Nigeria.
If it has to do 2023, you see a lot of them
playing abroad.
So we have to change that mentality. We have people in this country that can do it. Then also, we shouldn't be looking at the Nigerian Professional Football League also when it comes to looking for home-based players to play for the Super Eagles. The other leagues also. There's no law that says that you can't
play from the
championship to play for the Super Eagles. So I think the concentration has always been on the NPFL. So that shouldn't be so. We should change that narrative of going to the NLO also, the championship. Let's see those that we can pick. 1, 2, or 3 players, we can bring them in to blend with the Super Eagles. So for this, having 97 or 96% of home-based players, it's not because they want to do something different. It's because it's because of the age brackets. Most of them are still in the country here.
They play in Nigerian women football, NWFL there. We're talking about Nigerian ladies, the Flamingos. They'll be going to India to play at the World Cup, October 11 to 30. Now looking at the team that will be playing Germany, Nigeria, Chile, New Zealand. That's Group B, a big one there. Looking at this group, I'm not really concerned about the ACD now. I'm really concerned about Germany, Chile, and New Zealand. But really, I'm very sure our ladies can actually scale through this group.
Okay, I think what we need to look at, we shouldn't look at the history. We shouldn't look at
what's at stake right now.
We shouldn't look at what the German team they have done. We shouldn't look at what the
Chile or New Zealand.
We shouldn't look at whatever they have done. Like we do normally say in this country, I get time before no be property.
Yes.
We should look at we are playing a current competition and it is 11 against 11. It's under 17 against under 17. We should not go there with inferiority complex.
Look at the under 20. Germany were booted out.
Yes,
by being the champions.
Definitely. Even look at the Women's World Cup, also the Europe.
Yes, they were beaten by England.
They were beaten also. Look at even Nigeria, the Super Falcons. We were beaten also.
Yes, by Zambia.
So it's not about you being known. Yes, we have it before. The respect will be there. But we should not approach the match with respect. We shouldn't respect anybody. It's 11 against 11. So we should go there with confidence that we can do it and we have what it takes to do it. If you start looking at the name, man, Germany, they've won it 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Now Chile,
they are stubborn, they are
very strong, they are very
Zealand.
fast. New Zealand. We shouldn't look at that. We should look at ourselves as the champion of Africa, representing African continent. So that is what we should go in with. So with that, I think with the right mentality, the right training like we discussed earlier on, giving them the necessary support that they need to get to India on time and acclimatize. You'll be surprised that the likes of the Germany, New Zealand, Chile, USA, probably they will be there a month before the competition. That's the truth. So the issue of them having a food running stomach will not be there. And from A to Indian, do you know the hours? So some of them are going to experience that long journey for the first time. So for them to even settle down, you can take them 2 or 3 days. I hope they won't arrive 2 or 3 days to the competition and be expecting them.
At least let them be there at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks. So if you have that, I believe they will do very well.
Just hope that Nigerian Flamingo will do well as they will be playing against teams like Chile, Germany, New Zealand in Group B at the World Cup coming up in October 11 to 30, and we hope that they will come back home. It is very possible they can do it. The ladies are really shown like million stars in the qualifiers, and we expect Coach Olowookere to instill more discipline and also more technical ability to these girls for them to perform at the World Cup. Now let's look at some fixtures that will be coming up tonight in the English Premier League and also Italia Serie A. EPL matches quickly. Crystal Palace will be at home against Brentford, Brighton away to Fulham, and you have Southampton against Chelsea. What a game. Leeds United, Everton. Let's take it 2-2. Crystal Palace, Brentford.
Okay,
Fulham, Brighton.
It's going to be an interesting match between the Crystal Palace and Brentford, and also I think Chelsea, they are pursuing Saha also.
Yes.
That they want to get him also, and if he didn't play tonight, it will send a signal of what is going to happen. Then the Crystal Palace, they need to know how to hold their games, in the sense that look at what happened between them and Manchester City. You are leading. You have what it takes.
And they lost focus.
You lost focus. And that's what we do normally say about football. It's all about concentration. Once you lose that concentration, even for a minute or for 2 minutes,
your opponent can just turn this around.
They are going to play against a Brentford that we know how stubborn, I said the word stubborn again, they are very, very good when it comes to defend their goal post. They are very good when it comes to that. Then the next match against Fulham and Brighton also to be an interesting match. I don't know what Fulham will do tonight to win the match. Yes, they have a very good striker. That's Alexander Jatovic, who scored 46 goals in 46 matches in the championship last season. And this season also, we've seen what he has done. It's a very good striker. But Brighton, you can't take it away from them. They are the only team that have conceded only 1 goal in 4 matches
this season.
So they conceded only 1 goal.
And they actually standing top with the big boys there.
They are big boys also. Because currently now they are fourth. They are fourth on the log. So they are big boy also. So it's going to be a very interesting match to watch. Then going down to Southampton and Chelsea, it will be a very interesting match to watch. And it's nobody's game. That's the truth. The Chelsea of last season that they won, that they won the first 8-9 matches is not the Chelsea that we are seeing now. They are struggling seriously, and they'll continue to struggle until they get 2 things right. Number one, they need a creative midfielder. They don't have a creative midfielder. That's the truth. And they need an attacker. Sterling is not an attacker, he's a winger.
They need a top, complete 9.
So you need a complete 9 that if you give him a ball in the box, he's going to score 3 out of from 3 shots, you can get 1 goal, or from 2 shots, you can get 1 goal. You need a striker like that for them to really make the top 4. If not, probably they will be the one to take the place of Arsenal or Manchester United in Europa League next season.
Well, Leeds United, Everton.
Well, if you see Everton right now, it's like they are picking up from where they stopped last season. They are still struggling. Sincerely, they are still struggling. So I think Frank Lampard, he needs to really up his game in terms of the technical skills, in terms of how to read the game.
I don't know. It's not a personal thing now right now, but Lampard, I don't really see that top notch.
You know what happened to Lampard? Let me paint a life scenario to you. In life, some people, they get to a position that they are not matured to manage, but because they are opportunists, they get that position. So the skills required, they don't have it. That is the case of Lampard. That's why you can't compare Lampard with Gerrard.
Gerrard took his time, he built his career, he was ready to take it.
He was ready for that responsibility. If you're not ready for a responsibility and you give it that responsibility, take it or leave it, you cannot go further.
Look at the time Liverpool they were coming for, he refused.
He said, no, it is not, because if you had taken that offer, probably now it would have been like him. That's what happened to Lampard. When Chelsea came for him, sincerely, it's not right. And we said it that time. Yes, Lampard,
a legend with
Chelsea, but he's not the right person as at that time to take that position. So that is what is really affecting him now. So what I think he needs to do now, even taking that Everton job is not the best for him. He needs to go back and see what he needs to do to really rediscover himself. That's the problem. That's the truth about Lampard. Sincerely, the responsibility is under right now is more than his capacity.
Well, let's see if he will be able to at least turn things around against Leeds United, as he lost their last game, talking about Leeds after they were able to defeat Chelsea. But now they'll be facing Everton. Can Lampard turn things around? We'll wait to see. Let's go Italia Serie A now. Matches will be coming up there. Italia Serie A fixtures quickly as we talk about games that we play also tonight. Sassuolo against AC Milan. Inter Milan, Cremonese. We have Serie Desa play for Cremonese. Monza, newcomer. They will be playing against AS Roma, who are right now so rejuvenated, kind of. I don't know. Mourinho has turned the.
Are they rejuvenated? Because the last match they played against Juventus,
they play 1-1.
1-1. And Mourinho said that he's embarrassed and disappointed in the player because he wanted a win away from home. Mourinho. So, and that is one problem that Mourinho has. You know, at times as a leader, you have to take the hit, not to be throwing your subordinates, your people under the bus. So that is what. He likes to criticize his players a lot during the press conference.
I think he's doing, at times, I noticed something about Jose Mourinho, maybe at times it works for him and at times it doesn't work.
It's not working for him again. It used to work for him.
When he says that, the player will get like...
But the players we have right now, they're not the kind of players you have
take criticism.
In those days when you have the likes of, when he was in Chelsea then, when you have the likes of...
Idogo Johnson,
Ballard,
all of them.
Johnson, Joe, Terry, Cavao. They're not the players we have right now.
Their skin was very tough.
Very tough. But the players we have right now, if you tell them that I'm disappointed in you, this is what I'm expecting from you. Not one-on-one in front of camera. You've already killed their morale. So I think he needs to seriously learn. He made that mistake when he was in Manchester United. He made the same mistake when he was in Tottenham also. You should be able to learn how to take the defeat.
Even in Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, the same thing. That's one of the reasons why they started having Kappa. So he has to learn from that mistake. Things can't be going good for you all the time. 1-1 against Juventus, away from home. It's not a bad result.
At all.
It's not a bad result. So for you to now come out and tell them that, and you should note one thing, that his job is based on the performance of the players.
Of course.
If they should go on strike, they lose today,
or they
revolt
tomorrow, against him, he's in trouble.
No,
they will
the
sack
strike
him.
and revolting is the same thing. They should go on strike that, okay, we're going on, let me call it this, go strike. We're not going to score. We'll only be considered. If that happens 2, 3, 4 times, they have to call for his head. It's gone. So you have to know, we're not saying you should not discipline the players. You should, but not to be throwing them under the bus all the time during the press conference. Probably tonight they will react. Let's see what their reaction will be. Is it to win the match or to tell the coach that, come on, you can't be talking to us like this. We're not your kids anymore. So let's see what will happen.
Roma versus Monza will be a match to watch to see if the newcomers, just back to Italia Serie A, will do against the sleeping giants they call AS Roma, who will be playing in Rome. Jose Mourinho and his last will be coming out smoking against in that particular match. Inter Milan will also be playing, and also not forget AC Milan. They will also be playing tonight. As we've been looking at the fixtures for the Italia Serie A. Earlier on, we look at the EPL, where matches also be coming up. And now, quickly, we run through some transfers very quickly. Well, PSG monitoring Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kante's contract situation. They've been trying to see how they can get N'Golo, but right now, they are looking at the situation because very soon, N'Golo could be out of contract with Chelsea. So PSG are considering, well, maybe we should just move in.
Honestly, PSG, what do they want?
They want everything. They want everything. They want to win everything.
It's like, what they really need to start with, they need a coach with a winning Champions League winning mentality. But that's the only thing that is left for them to do.
They have everything.
They have everything. So now saying you are going for N'Golo Kante also, why do you need Kante?
I know the biggest
that you have right now. You have everything already. What you need to do is you already had a team, a very fantastic team that can beat any team in the world. So what you need right now is to have a coach with a winning mentality to let the players know that you are the best in the world and give them that push to go for the Champions League. Not today, you want to buy N'Golo Kante. Tomorrow, you want to buy Silva. Day after tomorrow, you want to go for Silva Ronaldo. Except there's something behind it that we don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I think they should concentrate more on how to win the Champions League than buying players today, tomorrow. How many people watch their league?
Of course, but they are the champions when it comes
to...
Well, we're talking about PSG right now. They are actually considering N'Golo Kante. Now, a particular player that's been playing for AC Milan on loan, his name is Bakayoko. Bakayoko right now is interested in Newcastle United. They have a lot of money now, and they could come for Timoe Bakayoko, who has been playing on loan at AC Milan. Chelsea midfielder, Bakayoko, interesting at St. James Park.
Honestly, if you have played in Premier League and you are on loan to another league, take it or leave it, no place like home. Premier League is where the real action is. That's the truth. And for a player like Bakayoko, and with the current team of Newcastle, they need someone like him in their midfield. They really need someone like that in their midfield to play more like a defensive midfielder for them, to hold back on the ball so that they can stabilize up front. I think it would be a good one for him to come to Newcastle. And Newcastle also, they have the money, they have the means, but whatever they have to do it between now and Thursday when the transfer window will close. Then also, I don't know the reason why most of the Premier League team, they are leaving their transfer to almost the 9 minutes before the start.
I noticed something this season. It's a bit difficult for some transfer to scale through because of it seems something comes up where the teams are not ready to let some players go, and you see some players hijacking some clubs hijacking some players' deal, like Barcelona, Chelsea, and that particular issue brought a lot of if Barcelona could do this, then we too hold on to our player, and now it becomes a particular syndrome. Trend. It's now a trend that you come with your money, they reject it. You come with your money, they keep rejecting and rejecting and rejecting.
I think they are doing that to only the Premier League clubs. Because if you look at the trend very well, it's only the Premier League clubs
that they are trying to keep off from.
Keeping them off, or if you want to take the player by force, we are going to pay for it. I think FIFA really needs to look into this.
I hope it's not a gang up to see that they won't win the Champions League. Because it's like, when this player, really, most player that EPL teams want to buy from La Liga or from France or from Germany or from Italy, if they have come to England, expect that these guys will want to move or at least
I think it depends on your transfer policy or how you go about it. Look at Manchester City, for example. From day one, they knew that since Sergio Aguero left, they need his replacement, and Erling Haaland is someone that they've already penciled out for a very long time. So they follow it up. Immediately the season ended, they went for him and they got him and they sealed the deal. So that is what others need to do also. You don't need to wait till 48 or 72 hours before you start pricing a player. Take it or leave it. They've already registered the player. The players are already part of the plan of the club for that season. Now you want to take the player away from him. Look at Fofana.
Leicester.
The Leicester City. The amount Chelsea paid for him is outrageous. So I think everybody needs to start doing their transfer, whatever, on time to avoid a situation like this.
You just have to do it in time. Coming from Olowookere Peters there, that will be a wrap on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I wanted to appreciate your time with us. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure being here. Arsenal fan.
I'm not Arsenal fan. I actually thought of that. But, well, I just have to support the Gunners. They've really been receiving a lot of bash from Olowookere Peters there. Thank you very much. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.